You were the one who carried me back into shallow water. You saved me. I knew you were good.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the animated movie moments that capture audiences' attention and never let go, either because they're profound, intense, and/or moving. Beware of spoilers ahead. Number 20, Death is Revealed, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. For a film that has a humorous montage of the protagonist losing his lives, the theme of mortality sure is foreboding. That might be because the personification of death itself appears. After meeting a wolf he assumes to be a bounty hunter, Puss is shell-shocked when he learns that it's death looking to collect his soul.
But you're not laughing now. You are no bounty hunter. You are death.
The cat's careless way of living has come back to haunt him, as there are no do-overs this time. The Shrek series is generally light, so it's a surprise how dark things get here. Puss is cornered and surrounded by the reality of incoming death. With his reckoning near, all he can do is run and delay the inevitable.
Don't tell.
Run, Puss in Boots! Make the way!
Go ahead, run! Firing makes it more fun for me.
Number 19, Once Upon a December, Anastasia. The main character's journey is about remembering herself as a lost princess. While she doesn't quite realize that yet, we get an extraordinary look into her memories. The amnesiac, Anya, returns to the Winter Palace, where images of the past burst into life.
Figures dancing gracefully across my memory.
Before we know it, the place is back to looking as marvelous as ever, with regal people shown in celebration. It's impossible not to be struck by the way the song builds to its climax and the gorgeous animation that accompanies it.
Far away, long ago, glowing dim as an ember.
In terms of the narrative, Once Upon a December captures the protagonist's inner world, as it's clear her real identity is itching to reach the surface. Number 18, Inner Peace Achieved, Kung Fu Panda 2. Po's perpetually excitable nature means that he never really shuts up, but that's exactly why fans love him.
I love you guys.
Still, he derives real power when he turns his silence into strength. The climactic encounter with Lord Shen sees the hero dealing with the defeat of his friends and facing his origins. Realizing he needs to accept his past rather than run from it, Po finds the inner peace he's looking for. This is further exemplified when he deflects the villainous Shen's attacks all on his own.
Yeah! Kill him! Somebody kill him!
It's a dazzling sequence that gives us a peek into Po's renewed mindset. The seamless animation and triumphant soundtrack combine wonderfully, encouraging viewers to cheer the hero to victory. Number 17, Taki and Mitsuha Meet, Your Name. Few stories are as original as this fantasy romance. Here, Taki and Mitsuha mysteriously wake up in each other's bodies. The two live miles apart, yet there's a solid connection between them. After Taki realizes that Mitsuha is 3 years in the past and in danger, he tries to ensure her safety from a comet. As their timelines intersect, the two come face to face.
Taki-kunがいる。Taki-kun.
お前に会いに来たんだ。
With the presence of a breathtaking backdrop, it's easy to be wowed instantly. Despite being separated by distance, years, and their soon-to-be-forgotten memories, Taki and Mitsuha make this moment count. It's a beautifully paced encounter that reflects the wistfulness of their love.
大丈夫。まだきっと間に合う。
やってみる。片割れ時がもう。
終わる。
Although they do later forget each other, this exchange is a perfect point in time as long as it lasts. Number 16, Moana is trusted with the heart of Te Fiti. Moana. One of Moana's greatest attributes is her compassion for all living things. This is established when the baby protagonist earns the heart of Te Fiti. The young one helps a baby turtle make the difficult trek from the beach to the ocean.
Shoo! Shoo!
Even with the simplicity of the scene, we can see the essence of a leader that Moana inhabits. The ocean itself acknowledges her worth, pulling her in for a playful introduction. Through the eyes of an innocent child, we can understand the adventurous spark that lights up Moana's spirit. She carries this to the end of the movie, returning the heart to Te Fiti in an equally stunning sequence. Number 15. Final Transformation, Akira. This dystopian cyberpunk film makes you pause more than a few times with gory visuals delivered at a frequent pace.
Kaori.
But none of them compare to Tetsuo Shima's final transformation, where he shreds all traces of humanity. Consumed by psychic abilities that mutate beyond his control, Tetsuo undergoes a grotesque evolution that's as jaw-dropping as it gets. The character's screams are in vain as he turns into a massive blob of flesh. Maybe it's the shock of seeing a transformation like this in real time, or how eerily lifelike it looks. Whatever it is, there's something fascinating about Tetsuo's metamorphosis that has us glued to the screen. Number 14. Transformation for the Royal Ball, Cinderella. Cinderella's dress is easily among the most recognizable looks in cinematic history. The scene showing her transformation is just as iconic as the main character's fairy tale comes to life.
You can't go to the ball looking like that.
The ball? Oh, but I'm not.
Of course you are. But we'll have to hurry, because even miracles take a little time.
After her initial ensemble is ripped apart by her jealous stepsisters, the heartbroken Cinderella is visited by the fairy godmother. And just like that, we have ourselves a scene that remains awe-inspiring. Right before her eyes, the protagonist is granted a breathtakingly gorgeous gown, a pair of glass slippers, and her own carriage.
Oh, it's a beautiful dress. Did you ever see such a beautiful dress? And look, glass slippers.
The moment captures the movie's sentiment of dreams coming true as she gets to attend the royal ball. With much of the film showing Cinderella's struggles, it's heartwarming to see things go perfectly right for once. Number 13. First Flight, How to Train Your Dragon. This series knocks it out of the park when it comes to heart-stopping visuals and a banging soundtrack. Fans got the full blast of it with Hiccup and Toothless's first flight. The pair tests out Toothless's makeshift tail fin that Hiccup has constructed. As you'd expect, things are far from smooth throughout.
That's my fault. Yeah, I'm on it. Position 4. 3. Yeah! Go, baby!
But the film has us in its grasp as soon as it takes us to the clouds with the protagonists. Sure, there are a few mishaps, but there's no beating the feeling of success when the duo gets it right. We can relate to the sense of elation they have exploring the skies, and it remains for the rest of the series thanks to this scene.
Come on.
Number 12. Falling with Style, Toy Story. Much of the first Toy Story is about the animosity between main characters Woody and Buzz Lightyear. This includes when Woody is unimpressed by Buzz's supposed flying skills, calling it,
That was falling with style.
but their relationship gradually blossoms as they work together to return to their own owner, Andy. Still, there needs to be one defining moment that seals their bond, which arrives near the end. As Buzz and Woody try to catch up with Andy's car, the former uses his wings with the latter in tow. The two take to the sky to set up an effective callback, as Buzz reminds Woody what exactly they're doing.
Hey, Buzz! You're flying!
This isn't flying, this is falling with style.
It's a clever spin on things that stands as a major triumph in what becomes an everlasting friendship. Number 11. Marlin loses his family, Finding Nemo. Sadly for protagonist Marlin, his world is shattered in this film's opening minutes. We're introduced to the clownfish when he waits excitedly with his wife Coral as expectant parents to be.
I like Nemo.
Nemo? Well, we'll name one Nemo, but I'd like most of them to be Marlin Jr.
Just think in a couple of days, we're gonna be parents.
Yeah.
However, the dangers of the ocean catch up to them with a savage barracuda attack. The movie leaves a long moment of silence for the horrible realization of what's happened to sink in. It's hard to make sense of it due to the suddenness of it all, and we can do nothing but watch Marlin in emotional agony. While one egg does survive, Coral and all the other eggs are gone forever. Disney movies usually pack a punch from the beginning, but it's rare to see one delivering such utter ruthless distress so soon.
Daddy's got you. I promise I will never let anything happen to you. Nemo.
Number 10. Coco Remembers. Coco. The song Remember Me is heard a few times in the film, but the enormity of its importance is felt in its climactic moments. It's a ballad written by Hector, who is revealed as the father of protagonist Miguel's titular great-grandmother.
Remember me, don't let it make you cry. For even if I'm far away, I hold you in my heart.
As the elderly Coco fades away, so does Hector in the land of the dead. Since remembering her father is the only way to save him, everything hinges on this song. By this point, we know all about Hector's tragic backstory, so hearing the ballad and what it means hits particularly hard.
Each time you hear a sad guitar, know that I'm with you, the only way that I can be.
It shows just how moving a piece of music can be, as the return of Coco's memory unites the family through generations in both the land of the living and the dead. Number 9. The Giant's Sacrifice. The Iron Giant. Despite being designed as a living weapon, the titular character evolves into much more. Influenced by his young friend Hogarth, the giant chooses to be a savior when a nuclear missile threatens the town of Rockwell.
I go. No following.
Aided by emotionally stirring music, the movie sets up the protagonist's sacrifice as we watch him fly towards certain death. Completing the scene's excellent execution is the giant's last word. He goes out like a true hero, calling back to the most defining moment in his short life. It's not every day that a single word can make people cry. And yet, the Iron Giant does just that, encouraging viewers to keep striving to be better. Number 8. The Parting of the Sea. The Prince of Egypt. There's no shortage of astonishing moments in this animated epic. Viewers marvel at scenes like the plagues of Egypt, and the magnificent intro sequence deliver us.
Baby brother, come back someday. Come and deliver us too.
However, it's the climactic escape that is best kept alive in memory. With no way around the Red Sea and an angry Ramesses in pursuit, the hero unleashes the might of God. Everything from the sea's parting, to the water rising to the sky, to Moses' calm assurance is wondrous to behold. It's a surprisingly realistic depiction of a miracle coming to pass, as the pathway to a safe future is delivered to the protagonists. Even with all the advances in animation since The Prince of Egypt's release, this scene hasn't aged a day.
Goodbye, brother.
Number 7. The Village. Mulan. Mulan does a splendid job of balancing humor with hard-hitting moments.
I've a girl back home who's unlike any other.
Yeah, the only girl who'd love him is his mother.
However, one particular scene steers straight into the horrors of war. Right after the lighthearted song, A Girl Worth Fighting For, a major mood whiplash occurs at the sight of an annihilated village. Mulan and her fellow troops are stunned when surrounded by the destruction left by the Huns. A doll adds further weight to the moment, highlighting the loss of innocent life. Much like the characters on screen, viewers are left speechless by what this scene represents. To top it all off, Shang has to accept the death of his father, General Li, placing more burden on the heroes to protect their people from the Huns' rampage.
The Huns are moving quickly. We'll make better time to the Imperial City through the Tung Shao Pass. We're the only hope for the Emperor now. Move out!
Number 6. Fate of Bambi's Mom, Bambi. The benchmark for how heartbreaking an animated movie can be comes from the death of Bambi's mother. What starts out as a fun story about a fawn's upbringing takes a violent turn when a hunter targets Bambi and his mom. No matter how optimistic one might be, this definitely feels like the prelude to a tragedy.
Faster! Faster, Bambi! Don't look back! Keep running!
The film places viewers right into the terror the pair experience, as their lives hang in the balance with each gunshot. But it's the aftermath that leaves the most silence in its wake, as Bambi searches for his mother.
Mother, where are you? Mother!
We never see what becomes of her, but it's enough to make us feel as devastated and alone as Bambi does in that moment. Number 5. Chihiro saves Haku, Spirited Away. Spirited Away wraps viewers up in its expansive world, although most of the film carries a bleak energy. Haku, who's trapped in the spirit world with no memory of his former life, is part of setting the tone.
I've tried everything to remember mine.
You can't remember your name?
No, but for some reason I remember yours.
He and protagonist, Chihiro, forge a wholesome dynamic that pays off near the climax. While traveling with Haku in dragon form, Chihiro remembers when he'd saved her as the spirit of the Kohaku River. With the curse broken, the duo fall through the sky. All that matters right then is their collective happiness.
You did it, Chihiro! I remember I was the spirit of the Kohaku River!
A river spirit?
My name is the Kohaku River.
Just like the heroes, viewers will be overcome by emotion as the power of the pair's bond wins them their freedom. After so much struggle, it's lovely to see them experience pure joy. Number 4. Married Life, Up. It's still remarkable how a relatively short sequence with no dialogue can have viewers so invested. But that's how it is in the opening of Up, which takes us along the entire marriage of Carl and Ellie. From hopeful newlyweds to elderly retirees, it's a sprawling segment that sums up the twists and turns of life. Within its short runtime, the intro tells us about the couple's inability to conceive, their dream of making it to Paradise Falls, and Ellie's passing. It goes to show how fleeting time is, as Carl is ultimately left alone despite his and Ellie's long and happy marriage. Just like that, we empathize with the protagonist and his sadness, all before the main plot of the film even begins. Number 3. What's Up Danger? Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Although Miles Morales is the protagonist, the theme of Into the Spider-Verse is that anyone can be a hero. Nothing depicts this better than the What's Up Danger sequence when he comes into his own. In the lead up to the moment, the down-and-out character listens to his father emphasize how he believes in his son.
I see this spark in you. It's amazing. It's why I push you, but it's yours. Whatever you choose to do with it, you'll be great.
It's here that he gets the strength to do what's right, and takes a literal leap of faith. Embracing being Spider-Man doesn't come from his powers, but knowing that anything is possible if he believes in himself. As he swings through the city's skyline, Miles' empowered energy radiates through the screen, allowing everyone watching to see themselves in him. Number 2. The Last Goodbye, Toy Story 3. The toy's final adventure before leaving Andy's care has more than a few standout moments. The first one is in the incinerator, where the heroes nearly meet their end after holding hands in solidarity. Still, the one that hits hardest is the last farewell with Andy. The latter realizes that growing up also means moving on, and entrusts young Bonnie with his toys.
You're really good with toys. These are mine, but I'm going away now. So I need someone really special to play with them.
Meanwhile, Woody has to accept letting go of his beloved owner, completing the story arc he had since the first movie. Even so, the cowboy's parting words are as emotional as they get, closing this chapter with a final,
"So long, partner."
For many, it's not just Woody and Andy saying goodbye, it's the audience leaving their own childhood behind. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Bees Win the Trial. Bee Movie. The greatest victory in the history of cinema.
The court finds in favor of the bees.
Vanessa, we won!
Yay! I knew you could do it. High five! Oh, sorry.
No? Alright, we're kidding. Here's the real number 1. Number 1. Circle of Life. The Lion King. Yes, Scar causing Mufasa's death is an unforgettably disturbing moment.
Long live the king.
But The Lion King's intro remains the most spellbinding part of the movie. It all begins with a call summoning every animal to see the next king, a newborn Simba. There's a sense of peace and calm as the sun rises in the Pride Lands, and the stirring soundtrack excites us for what's to come. Bolstered by beautiful color palettes that make the segment seem right out of a storybook, it commands attention from the get-go. It's fitting then that the same track is used to bookend the film. We're similarly entranced, watching the animals gathered to greet Simba's child, and seeing the premise of the lyrics fulfilled. Which animated movie moment had you forgetting your vocabulary? Let us know in the comments.
It's amazing. He's amazing.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.